The smoke was thick, suffocating, and every second inside that building felt like an eternity. The heat was intense, licking the walls like a hungry beast. Alarms blared deafeningly, blending with the muffled screams of those trying to escape. Emma Collins was trapped. Her heart pounded against her chest as she tried to stay low, protecting herself from the air thick with soot. The fire consumed everything around her, turning furniture and memories into ashes. Panic took over, but then, through the flames, through the chaos, a firm voice cut through the darkness. "Here. I see you." She barely had time to process before strong arms wrapped around her. The touch was warm, secure. Even in the midst of destruction, she felt something more. "You're going to be okay. I've got you." The voice was deep, full of command and silent promises. And at that moment, Emma believed him. Fresh air hit her lungs as she was finally carried out of the building. Her body was weak, but her mind was sharp enough to notice him. The man who had saved her. Ryan Walker. His name was murmured among the paramedics, but she already knew. How could she forget? He was tall, muscular, with calloused hands from hard work and piercing blue eyes, intense, like the very fire he had rescued her from. Emma tried to sit up on the stretcher, her lungs still fighting for air. "You're safe now," Ryan murmured, kneeling down to her level. His gaze examined her with something beyond professionalism. Something that sent a shiver down her spine, despite the heat around them. You saved me." Her voice came out hoarse. He smirked slightly, a hint of teasing on his lips. "It's my job. But I have to admit, I've never rescued anyone quite like you." Emma felt a different kind of warmth spread through her body. One that had nothing to do with the fire. The following days were a blur of recovery and growing curiosity. Emma couldn't get Ryan out of her head. Every detail of him was burned into her memory. So when he showed up at her apartment door days later, her heart nearly stopped. "I needed to check if you were okay," Ryan said, leaning against the doorframe, completely owning the space. Emma swallowed hard, gripping the doorknob. "Do you want to come in?" Their eyes met, and in that instant, she knew. He wasn't just there to check on her recovery. He was there because he felt the same burning connection she did. The air between them was heavy, almost tangible. As soon as Ryan stepped inside, Emma realized there was no turning back. Since that day, Ryan started, his voice low, rough. "I haven't stopped thinking about you." Emma didn't respond. There weren't enough words to express what she felt. So she did what her body demanded. She stepped closer. Slowly, as if testing the limits of a fire about to explode. Her heart pounded in her chest as her fingers brushed against the warm skin of Ryan's neck. He didn't pull away. He pulled her in. Their lips met, and the impact was devastating. A fire ignited right there between them, more dangerous and uncontrollable than any blaze Ryan had ever faced. His hands traveled down her back, firm, possessive. Emma arched against him, feeling every rigid muscle beneath his clothes. The kiss was hungry, a collision of pent-up desire and relief at finally giving in. She had never felt so alive. Their clothes disappeared in a rush, their bodies colliding like flames. Every touch, every sigh, every moan was a reflection of the intensity of what they were experiencing. And when they finally gave themselves to each other, it was as if the entire world had caught fire. Sunlight was already filtering through the curtains when Emma opened her eyes.